Good morning, church. Matthew 6:34, beautiful little verse. It just simply says, "Do not worry about tomorrow." Of course, Jesus goes on to say, the wonderful question, how can we add anything to our life by worrying about what's happening? Anxiousness and anxiety and all that's not going to improve our lives. But the truth is, part of what we need to learn in that verse is how to take things in stages. Um, Long distance runners, triathlon athletes teach you that you don't run the whole thing at one time in your mind. You can imagine yourself at the finish line, but you run the next link, the next part. Um, you take everything you're doing one section at a time. Big projects. We have that crazy phrase we use all the time. How do you eat an elephant? Well, it's one bite at a time. But a triathlete once told Max Lucado, I was reading in one of his books the other day, the secret to the success of running a triathlon is not to try to swim 2.4 miles, but to swim to the next buoy that you can see. And when you get there, you swim to the next one. When you get there, you swim to the next one. Your brain is just taking it in little sections. You don't worry about biking 112 miles in the race. You just bike for 10 miles because you know the 10 miles is where you first started when you first started training, and 10 miles became easy after a while. So you see yourself taking that next step. What would it be like to do that in our faith life? See, our faith life is a walk as well, and instead of trying to be rushing to the finish line or seeing yourself as some at the finish goal, what if you just live for Jesus with the love for others, the compassion, and the humility that you should have one day at a time, and just go to bed with thanksgiving on your heart today. Let's just make today the thing we're focused on, so that it's a simple process, one day at a time. If that's really complex for you or hard, if even that makes you anxious, you can easily just say, I'm going to take 1 hour at a time or 10 minutes at a time. I'm going to live the next 10 minutes really loving Jesus and focused on Him. And the idea is just to push yourself to the next place where you can focus on going to the next step. And then you just keep going. We keep doing one little section at a time. Jesus says, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough of its own worries. When you get there, you can focus on there. But when you're here, let's focus on here. And I really think what he means is he wants us to focus on loving others well, living in the joy, hope, and peace that he's given us, and having that compassion that he has for us to our friends and family and neighbors and those around us, to live in humility, um, to do justly, Micah 6:8 says. So you guys be blessed. Just take it one section at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by the big process of sanctification and trying to be all that we want to be. Let's just take it one section at a time, one day at a time, a few hours at a time if we need to, and pray for one another and bless each other along the way. Hope you have a good chance to witness to somebody today. See you later.